How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a spectacular day. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit that bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on the channel. If you guys would also please head over to Twitch. Follow me there at Douglas447. Streaming there at least once a week, whether it's for Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, Destiny 2. And of course, if you guys have any movies or shows you guys want me to watch and review here on the channel, please let me know in the comment section down below. And continuing on, we're going to be talking about a brand new movie that finally just dropped here in 2022, Moonfall. This is the brand new disaster movie. This is coming to us by the person that has given us tons of disaster movies in the past, including things like the original Independence Day, 2012, Greenland, and so much more. Like I said, this movie came out in 2022. It is rated PG-13. It's about 2 hours and 10 minutes long, and we're going to dive right into the positives, negatives, and give you guys my final review score at the very end. So, unfortunately, this is another disaster movie. It is very formulaic in the fact that if you've seen any other disaster movie ever made, you have basically seen this film before. It's a disaster movie with great special effects. The budget really went into the special effects of the destruction. Unfortunately, this movie ignores logic for the sake of creating special action sequences. Uh, it just completely ignores science. Now, I'm not a scientist, but I can tell you, as a normal human person, this movie ignores scientific logic completely. Like, there are things that just happen in this movie that a 8-year-old could realize this would never happen. This makes no logical sense. Now, if you can overshadow the fact that this movie makes no logic and just realize this is a 2-hour escape from what's going on in the world type of film, it's just a fun movie to watch and enjoy, this is going to be right up your alley. But if you're looking for something completely logical, this movie completely is not going to be for you, because this movie completely ignores logic. This movie has zero logic happening in this movie. I could spend an hour, which I will not do in this review. I could spend an hour telling you every single illogical decision that happens in this movie. I'll give you an example. The passing of the torch of the director of NASA to his subordinate, that's not how that works. Also, the director of NASA would never be allowed to go onto a spaceship because they're the director of NASA. They stay on the ground so they can direct NASA. And also, this movie completely ignores how gravity functions. Okay, moving on. I don't want to talk about the illogical stuff that happens in this movie for an hour because I want this video to be shorter. So for those of you who don't know what this movie is about, because unfortunately this movie kind of didn't get a lot of marketing towards it, this is basically about the moon, and it's coming to Earth, and it's causing a bunch of mayhem and death and destruction and horror, and humans got to stop it. They got to figure out why in the world the moon is off its axis. Why is it not rotating properly? And why is the moon falling towards Earth? The film mostly focuses on the characters going to the moon to stop the chaos that is happening, and it doesn't focus a lot on chaos that happens to the people on Earth. So it does this whole shifting between the main group of people going to the moon to stop the moon from falling to Earth, and then it switches back to this other group of human characters that we have that are not really all that interesting in my opinion, and then trying to survive the ensuing chaos and what's happening towards the Earth. Unfortunately, I wanted to see more of the destruction. Like, if you're going to make another, apocalypse-like film where the world's going to come to an end, I felt like it should have focused more on that. I mean, it has a good amount of scenes, but I wanted more. The movie, especially towards the end, unfortunately, goes into just explaining everything for 20 to 30 minutes, and it kind of lost me when it happened. Like, there are certain films that you don't need to explain why things are happening. Like, let the audience members have their own theories. Let them theorize why this is happening. Why is the moon falling? Like, don't explain it. Let the audience have their own version of why it's happening. Let them theorize. And then maybe at the very end, give them a little nugget as to why it happened or who caused it. But don't explain it, and don't take 20 to 30 minutes to explain it. Because when you do it, you literally halt the movie because you have to explain everything, and then you go back to the movie and resume it. And that's what happens in this movie. Like I said earlier, a lot of the side characters, they're very boring. The plot, unfortunately, is kind of unmemorable. You're not going to remember this movie. You're not going to remember the characters after like a couple days, unfortunately. So keep that in mind. The acting is okay. Unfortunately, the only actor that stands out was John Bradley, who plays the um, leaker slash big scientist nerd. Ends up, spoiler alert, sacrificing his life to stop the moon from crashing into the Earth. Patrick Wilson's in this movie. He does a great job, but I don't feel like he was actually playing his character. Like, there's moments where I feel like he was playing his character, but in other moments I feel like it was just Patrick Wilson on screen to get a paycheck, if that makes any sense. Uh, the movie is total sci-fi, crazy action fun. It's great to watch once. Unfortunately, it's going to be very forgettable for a lot of people. Me, as a person that loves, you know, disaster movies, apocalypse movies, this movie just didn't hit the mark for me. Um, like I said, the movie was great until it went into the whole explaining that the moon is coming towards Earth and explaining why, and the origin story of the big bad AI that's causing all this problems, and the beginnings of humanity, and going into the creation of the halo rings in this universe, and the creation of these nice peaceful looking Death Stars that are in this movie. Sorry, that's what they look like. It's Death Stars. Literally, humanity lives on a halo ring. I can't help it. Like, they literally just ripped from so much other sci-fi material to make this movie. And when it got to the last 20 to 30 minutes of the movie, I clocked out. And my mom and dad went and saw it with me, and they said the exact same thing. Like, they were invested in the movie, they enjoyed the characters, they didn't like the side characters as much. But all three of us could agree on the fact that the moment the movie went into explaining why everything's happening, the movie got boring. Like, you can explain why it's happening, but you should not be spending 20 to 30 minutes of your 2-hour movie to explain what's going on and why it's going on. If you have to spend literally 1/4 of your film to explain your film, you don't have a good film. You don't have a good script. You need to congest what's going on. So, unfortunately, guys, I have to give Moonfall a 5 out of 10. Yes, it's a great watch. It's illogical. It's going to have a very boring finale. Also want to state that it does have a cliffhanger, so if this movie makes enough money at the box office and through other sales, like on Blu-ray and whatnot, they're probably going to make a sequel. Now, the person that makes these type of disaster movies is famous for like things for Independence Day in 2012 and Greenland. He's never made a sequel. Even Independence Day 2, whatever that was called, he wasn't really a part of it. So I would be shocked if he made a Moonfall 2. And it would be kind of weird, like, what would it be called? Moonfall 2, Rise of Mars or something? Like, what big threat's going to come to Earth that would make a sequel be justified? So, there's a cliffhanger ending for a possible sequel. I highly doubt it's going to ever happen. I really don't care to see it. So Moonfall gets a 5 out of 10 for me. Um, watch it once if you're looking for something new and flashy in 2022. There's really nothing all that spectacular out in theaters right now until at least the new Batman movie comes out or the new Sonic the movie, Sonic 2 the movie. Um, it's a good movie. If you can watch this for a matinee for $5-6, I encourage you guys to check it out. But other than that movie, I mean, other than that, guys, Moonfall is okay movie, but it's nothing I'm going to be clamoring about. I don't plan on ever rewatching this movie intentionally, and I don't plan on getting this on DVD and Blu-ray. But if you can watch it for matinee for about 5, 6, maybe $7, depending on where you live, I encourage you guys at least to check it out once. It's great just to kick back and relax and feed your face with popcorn for about 2 hours. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Moonfall gets a 5 out of 10. You guys have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Bye, guys.